Thank you. And so he told me about how some of the music is to calm the cattle. They'll sing songs in order to calm the cattle, or we don't have as many horses around here, but the rhythms we'll play tonight often mimic the gallop of horses. So Daniel is, he's a Colombian llanera musician, and has been so generous to teach me about this music, which you'll learn more about now. He's going to talk a little bit about it. And as you'll see, this is another thing that I learned in learning this music, is the tradition of mixing cultures in the Americas in general. So we have so much music here in North America where it brings in the cultures of many people. And as you'll see, this music does too. And I feel like that's another thing that connects us. So he's going to tell you a little bit about the music and play a little bit, and then we'll both play together.
Hi, everybody. I'm very, very glad to be here to play in, and also to know or to explain where is the culture that I came from. My name is Daniel Rojas. I'm from Colombia. And I was from the small town between Colombia and Venezuela, but in the northern, not exactly from the llanos, but that part also is an influence by the music between Colombia and Venezuela. And I've been playing the music and the harp and many instruments from this type of folk music for more than 30 years. So I would like to be here, and also to have this experience to know each and compare our cultures, and explaining you, and also through the music and for the culture. So let me know at the end, probably I will have a section about the answering questions. And I'm going to introduce very, very fast where is my main topic introduced before the concert. And I want to you have be patient, because my English is not very well. I'm trying, yeah. So thank you. I'm going to start. Well, the llanos, this is the pronunciation, llanos, means the plains. So the plains between this vast area between Colombia and Venezuela in South America also has especially have grassland. The characteristic of this land is they have many rivers, and the main river is the Orinoco River that also feeded other small rivers in the area. So can go to the next piece. So if I can see the map between Colombia and Venezuela, this is the Orinoco River. So see, he stands. There's many rivers in the area, but he feeds the whole rivers feeds the Orinoco River. Then in this area of the plain, for example, for Colombia, I'm for this part of the country between Colombia and the border. The name is Pamplona. It's like in a small town, but it's on the top, on the mountains. So basically, it's very, very close to the border. And this area, this is the Andean mountains system that comes from the Patagonia, from the Chile, and ending in Colombia and in Venezuela. In Colombia, it comes with the whole system, the Andean system, with three mountain systems, that the last one at the eastern comes and ending on Venezuela. So from this area between the red line, we have, in Colombia, we have 4 states. In Colombia and Venezuela, 5 states that belongs to the plains. So basically, all this area have the same culture, the same music, and almost the people that I'm going to see and to show you what is the special, typically race and the people and how they share the many cultures that comes from the native Americans, and also from the black people that are slaves that were come from the Spanish colonizers, and also the criollos, the people that was descendants from the Spaniards. Okay, so this is the next one, please. Okay, in this area, mainly the activity are the cattle. So the llaneros means this is the cowboy, means the same. A llanero is a cowboy. And then the mainly activity are when the missionaries, the Jesuits missionaries arrive to the llanos, they follow by the large scale landowners and their cattle herds. So actually, this is the main activity. So is the cattle ranching, and also some areas are right now probably replacing by the agriculture and also by the oil extraction. So we can see this is the llanero, the same, that the cattle is the main activity. Okay. Okay, the llanero, the people there that I mentioned is have for many centuries Spanish influence and was transformed in the both countries, from Colombia and from Venezuela. The people there, the activities and the music, the culture is the same in this area. So basically, the llanero race are composed by from the criollos or Creole people that is descendants from the Spaniards when they came from the 16th century to America. But also they was on a mixture with the Native Americans. So this race around this is the mestizo ethnics. Also, especially between in the Caribbean area, where the slave was brought to America, they mix with the Native American. And this mixture, especially, the name is Sambo. The Sambo, it's appear like the people that are mainly in the llanos and the whole these areas from the Caribbean area and the northern areas close to the Caribbean Sea. There's many the people that has this typology of the he appears like the Sambos. In Venezuela, also there's probably the 70% of the people is mestizo, and also in Colombia, but a little bit less. Especially is concentrate in the northern of the Colombia, where is the main coast, cities coast. There's in Colombia, and also close to the Venezuela, in the whole coast of the Venezuela, there's a couple of areas, especially there, where especially by the Sambos. Go ahead. Okay, so let's talk about the music. The music that in this region that shares between Colombia and Venezuela, but especially in Venezuela. The joropo, I have to explain that the joropo is from Venezuela, in fact. So, but he shares with this part of the area, there's an especially type or style of joropo. So joropo is a musical style that resembles the fandango. Fandango is also, it means a party when the people meet to dance, to make music, and also to make poems about it, to share his customs. the joropo, that is also accompanying dance, is a dance also, is originated from Venezuela and also for the eastern plains of Colombia. There are different joropos variants or styles. These are tuyero in Venezuela. I make focus on Venezuela because I repeat it. The joropo is originates from Venezuela. And this type of joropo is playing across the whole country. Are the tuyero, oriental, guayanés, golpe tocuyano, and llanero. So the llanera music is shared with, especially in the a couple of states in between Colombia and Venezuela. From Venezuela is Apure, and then from Colombia is Arauca. So these two states that share is in the heart of the llanos, of the plains. There was the origin and was born the joropo llanero. In 1882 in Venezuela, the joropo became to the national dance. And also, the Spanish word joropo means party. So until now, the llaneros, he's still to use this word instead of fandango, in which uses the time for party and dance. Go ahead. Well, focusing on joropo llanero, the joropo, he's starting with some instruments that comes from the Spaniards on the 17th century, from the Spain, especially by the guitars and also the harp. Violin, this instrument came through America just for the process of the Jesuit missionaries try to implant the Catholic religion between the people and the Native Americans. So that instrument was brought for the Spaniards, and the only instrument that probably is from Native American is the maracas, the shakers. So there's mainly this type of instrument that until now are the bandola is this instrument it looks like a big guitar, and also the small one is the cuatro. It looks like the ukulele, and the name is cuatro because it has 4 strings. Yeah. So this instrument is originally from Venezuela, but we use it until now from the both countries to play the joropos. Also, the maracas, I have the maracas. So this is the instrument that was adapted by the joropo, but the only is it comes brought from the Native Americans. So there's an history about this instrument and why the maraqueros player always have to play standing up, because when the other instruments, the harp or the cuatro or violin, they could be to make sitting on especially with the meetings or the dancing parties. The Indian, there's no allowed to enter or to sit in. So just they standing on always standing and play the maracas. So that's the reason, because probably and the Indians in that time, they don't permit or allow it to Indians to play with at the same level with the others musicians. So the bandola, violin, that's the instruments on that time that were mainly take about the melody in the dance and valses, and that resemble finally with the joropo, on the parties, on the main group of llanera music. But it could be replaced by sometimes the bandola, in some areas by the harp. So the main style of the joropo, where we're going to play with Claire, is going to be polyrhythmic patterns, and especially by the 3/4 and 6/8. So are the pattern, the music pattern that they use it for to play. And also there's a characteristic that the only real percussion instruments used in this are the maracas, but also there's a lot of influence by the music that came from Spain, especially from the Andalusia. So from the flamenco, from the Andalusia, there's many like the taconeos, or like the flamenco that they tapping on the floor. So the llaneros also, and the people from the slave from Africa, they brought to America also the percussion. So in this case, in the llanera music, the percussion motif are reflected on dance, and also with the hands, probably on the cuatro, is just instruments on the harp that try to make percussionists or rhythmic to try to play this type of music. So we're going to show in the concert. Okay. Okay. The genres of joropo mainly you can divide it on 3 styles or genres. The first one is tonada, that is tend to be present as a work songs to accompany to various texts such as milking, farming, herding, hunting, and fishing, and many works. So the llanero use that type of tonadas or songs. Just try, for example, for milking, just try to the cow be peaceful, just for the pilsing. So it's incredible because when you play music to the cattle or to the cows, they pay attention. So it's a fantastic. This experience I've been playing with one friend. We made also when I was on a touring on Germany 4 years ago, and then we have okay, let's go to test if it's gonna be the same. The cows probably they pay an attention here, and this is amazing, incredible. So the connection between the cattle and the men, the llaneros, through the songs by tonadas. The mainly Venezuelan singing and composer writing is Simon Diaz. Simon Diaz, he was probably the main leader that he took many tonadas, and he probably, because he was when he was young, he worked on a farm, and he knows and tried to all of these type of songs, traditional songs with tonadas in broad and recording. And you have he has many recordings with the tonadas and cantos de trabajo, works, songs mainly. This is the guy. And the second one is the pasaje. Pasaje is the more style, the romantic style in the joropo. So mainly the themes, there's unknown authors, and also to sing, to love, and nature. Through this type of passages, always he's going to song to love, or he loves his horse, or he loves the plane, and he loves the nature, so he plays and songs everything. Also, when the llanero is riding by a horse during the journal of this, they carrying always some of them, no, not always, but some of them shares the cuatro, because it's easier than to carry on a harp, for example. And also with the cuatro, he, after the large and the exhausting journals, Kathleen, they starting to sing, and they also the main horse that he's riding in the front of the whole Kathleen, the whole herd. He's going to probably to make an singing, also made an singing like the hey hey hey, and then the herd, the cow, they recognize the voice of this leader, and they also the singings are the naming is the cantos de trabajo or work, singing works. The golpe is the last one, germ of the llanero joropo, but also it's a little bit more faster, and also probably there's it's like the folk songs. That sometimes probably we don't have a well-known composers, but there's another that actually they sung between Colombia and Venezuela in contests. So they play the many joropos also uses for the dancers, for dancing, and there's a many they using songs to tell an history, but probably the fantasy or event that they live, and they relate or they tell the history about the corridos, or also with many other structures that the golpes llanero have. There are more than probably 20 or 30 golpes on the golpes llaneros, but mainly we have is Seis por Derecho, Pajarillo, Gabán, Carnaval. These are the names of the majority, the name of the birds on the llanos. So they use this type of harmonic and music structures that repeat it, but they name it like with the bird names. Okay. Okay. Joropo. The joropo is the dance, the most famous dance in the llanos in Venezuela, and also as the national dance in Venezuela. Is adaptive and still use the hands turn, the movement of the feet, and waltz turns. First, the partners dance and a type of waltz, holding each other tightly. Then they stand facing each other and make a small steps forward and backward as sweeping the floor. So this is between Colombia and Venezuela. There's many contests between the two countries, trying to demonstrate how is the dance and how to compete between also the interpreters by all instruments, but also in dance. So right now in the main city on the llanos in Colombia is the Villavicencio. So in Villavicencio there's a main, probably the biggest one, torneo of joropo, contest of joropo. And there's came groups and representative each state of the Venezuela, the llaneros states from Venezuela, and also came from the state from Colombia, and they competed each other who is the best dancer or the best interpreter of cuatro, arpa, cuatro maracas, bandola, etc., etc. Go ahead. Okay, finally, the llanera harp, that is the main that we're focusing, and this is to show this concert. It was brought to America, like I told you before, for the Jesuit missionaries, and then in this culture, it comes from different parts of the Latin America. So it comes also, it was brought by the Veracruz, Mexico, and they has his own version. All of this type of harp that come from on that time from Spain is the mainly or the mother of this type of harp is the Baroque harp. So in each area in America that the harp comes with the missionaries, from Mexico was in the area of Veracruz, but also Mexico has 5 types of harps. Also, Mexico is the country that have more Latin American harps. So after there's Venezuela that comes the harps. They have 2 types of harps. The main is the llanera harp that he looks like this instrument. In the instrument that I play, this type of instrument, and also he has in the central of Venezuela have an harpa central or harp tullera harp. They have 2 harp, but the difference between one of the llanera is they use it no nylon, just only the metal strings. The other country is Paraguay. Paraguay also has a main harp, and they consider on the Paraguayans harpists are very well known. And basically, there's in America, there's another type of harp, but mainly that stayed on the South America are the Paraguayan harp, and also between Peru and Ecuador, they use the Indian harp. They use another type of harp, and the llanera harp that it's used between Colombia and Venezuela. It has 32 strings. It looks like actually this instrument is probably the llanera harp is still resemble like the Baroque Spanish harp. So actually, the original llanera harp, this is a modern llanera harp. It's another type of harp that I name Arpa Cafe because it's a prototype that I have to be playing. But this is the llanera harp, but the original llanera harp, like you look on the picture, has 3 holes on the board. So mainly this instrument has this area, the neck, also the stick, and the song bowl. And also the strings, the llanera harp has 32 strings. The majority are nylon. This is the material that they use. And the llanera harpists, we use the nails. So to play this type of instrument, we have to use mainly the nails. Instead of the classical harpists, they don't use nails. So they are different because the tension between these two kind of harp is differently. Also, this, what else I think, well, the next, please. And this is a couple of founders or harpists that have been trying to develop the llanera harps at the beginning from the Venezuela. The mainly is the Ignacio Indio. Indio is a native Indian from the Venezuela. He plays from the early 20th century. He had been playing in Venezuela, the harp. And also there's another main harpist composer, the Juan Vicente Torrealba, that he's brought the harp and tried to introduce this type of harp with the music chambers to Caracas. So he's probably changed a little bit more the type of the how they interpreted the music and the harp different than the Indio Figueredo, because Indio Figueredo are the Creoles style. The criollo is a little bit more from the Llanos. But Juan Vicente, he's tried to make another type of to playing the harp, and also he contributes to put 2 strings more strings at the harp. So in the concert, we're going to play one song from Juan Vicente Torrealba, and we are going to play probably not from these composers, but they interpreted also the llanera música recia. I don't know how do you say that one. Probably my friend Jose Luis. There's another word that interpreted by the recio.
It's like more like country style, more like. I mean, if you compare the words, it's like a rough music instead of like a more like lyric music.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Then Eudes Alvarez is another harpist, well known. All of these, the 3 ones on the right picture are from Venezuela, and the left are from Colombia. David Parales, he was the first, both one, David Parales and Mario Tineo, they are from Arauca state. So the first one on the top, he brought the harp for the first time to Colombia. So in Colombia was brought and adopt the music, the llanera style from Venezuela, what the llanera group, like is a harp, cuatro, maracas, and bass also. And actually, this is the main type of group or band that you can see and hear in the llanera music, commercial or traditional music. Okay, this is mainly generally the presentation about this type of music that we're going to play. After that, probably at the end, I'm going to make the questions or whatever. Thank you.
That's my contribution to the concert. There's one more chair up here. What's more lights? What's more?
Let me introduce our friends and music master from Colombia also, is Jose Luis Posada.
He's actually who introduced us. I played a concert that he was on, and he told me, you have to meet Daniel Rojas. And because the cuatro is so often played in joropo music, I think always, we thought we'd have him accompany us so that you could hear how it sounds all together.
Okay, so the first song that we're going to play is Llanos, exactly with that name, Llano. The composer is a well-known harpist that he plays Paraguayan harp, but he also composed, and he was living in Colombia for many, many years and have been recording many albums from music from Colombia and also from Paraguay and the whole Latin American. For me, it's a pleasure. He's seeing right now. He's Alfredo Rolando Ortiz. He's the composer. He's well-known. And this is the beautiful first theme that I'm going to play for you. En sol.
Yeah. On my harp, I'm going to tune some strings to the key of the next piece we're going to play. And as they always say, harpists spend half their time tuning and the other half playing out of tune, but hopefully we won't.
Me too.
Me too. So, have you been, when I am talking about it, that the three styles of joropo, llanero, was a pasaje. So pasaje is more romantic that he is also writing. In this case, Alfredo Rolando Ortiz, the master, he wrote just, I guess, thinking, imagine the llanos on the whole, the nature, and he wrote this beautiful piece, instrumental for this instrument, for the harp. And the next one we're going to play and change is another composer that I mentioned from Venezuela. He's the harpist Juan Vicente Torrealba. See, he wrote this next beautiful song. The name is Concierto en la Llanura, by the Plains Concert, something like that. It is the translation. So in Juan Vicente Torrealba, he also said this type is pasaje, instrumental music. He composed, he has the type of this pasaje has two parts. So basically, this harp, we're going to make the Concierto en la Llanura, trying to make a couple of pasaje with a slow and romantic style. Okay, the original harp, llanera harp, is a diatonic instrument. So it means, compared with the piano, only has the white keys. So we don't have the black ones. So the sharp or flat notes in the music scale, like the chromatic scale, the classical harp, it has a system through the pedals trying to get that note, the everything, the chromatic scale. But in this case, remember that this type of harp from Latin America, they came from the Baroque harp that is diatonic also. So recently, a couple of decades, the harpists, especially started with the Paraguayans harps, also after the Mexicans, and the lastly is the llanera harp that I including this type of mechanisms that the name is levers. This is a sharpening lever that he has, because when I have to change, like the right now mentioned that he's tuning Claire his harp, also the harpist all the time we are tuning. The whole the half of the time on our life is tuning the harp. So, but these mechanisms help us just probably to get a little bit more faster. So. Okay. Okay. One, two, three, one. Okay. What is the next in the list? What is the next? Okay. The next song is the other styles that I mentioned in the joropo, that is tonada. So the tonada that I remember that I told you that probably we use with the works songs, but in the case with the harp, also it's a style probably to make an accompanying when the llaneros tells an histories through the poems. So in this case, I'm going to play a little bit on the tonada style in the harp, And also after that, I'm going to combine with another golpe of joropo. The name is chipola. So that the chipola has a different, is a combined the pattern metric system, because in the llanera music has two metric system. I remember the 3/4 and 6/8. But in the chipola, they combined, and I'm going to show you in the first part, the tonada, and after that, the chipola. Sí, en re tonada primero y paramos. Y después empezamos nosotros con la chipola primero en re, después en si menor, después en la mayor. Y volvemos a hacer otra vez el ciclo.
I got everything he's saying.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Re, re. The and the y acaba. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the name?
6.
6. Okay. The other system and the golpe llaneros and the joropo, the next golpe is 6 por derecho, that is 6 by 8. And also this golpe is the mainly used for dancers because a little bit more faster. And also the harps also plays and game with the dancers trying to make the taconeos, the zapateos. So we're going to play it also with made a percussion or a slap over the strings. So in this style of golpe, this is the 6 por derecho. Also the singers and the contest between in the joropo contest, the singers, the criollo, recio, ¿cómo es? Rough, the rough style. So they remember that the people that he's riding his horse with the herd, they trying to call the whole herd and made an a Joe. Hey, whoo. So they singing on this style in the contest. The singers they made an this type of Joe when it started. So this is from the singing, but in the style from the instrumental music, we're going just only to make different type of rhythms and polyrhythms on the harps. Re, sí. So the climb affects also the tuning of the harp. So we have all the time there.
No me. No.
No. It has only 4 strings. We have compared 36 strings. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to play another golpe. This name is the gaban.
Yes, and I'll yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to make a change for the harp to play in this mode. And also, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit more the maracas to play with the cuatro. So vamos a hacer algo con el cuatro y las maracas. Okay. Remember that this small percussion instrument, the maracas, it was brought by the Native Americans. So basically, the llanera music, they also, the Native Americans, the missionaries, Jesuits, they discovered that they like, and they have an, ¿cómo se llama esto? The ability, they have the ability to copy the sound of the nature. So with the maracas, sometimes they play a couple of sounds that try to imitate. The main ones is the gallop of the horse. So this is. Yeah. So when it is gonna be faster, it's like the joropo. Okay. The other effect is also the snake. So we'll. Okay, the other one is the, ¿cómo se le dicen aquí los grillos?
Cricket.
Crickets.
Oh, yeah. That drives me crazy.
Okay, and the other one is, remember when with the tonadas, the cowboys, they are milking, so they try to imitate us when they try to milk, like a, so the sound is. Okay, so we're going to now go through the joropo with the cuatro with the Jose Luis, but this is the cuatro player, and also he plays many instruments like the tipi from Colombia and others, and the Baroque guitar is the name?
Baroque guitar. Yeah.
Baroque guitar.
And lute.
So, and lute, he's just amazing. An applause for him. Thanks for Okay, we're going to play on a special of improvisation between the cuatro and maracas, because the cuatro also has and many polyrhythms, and this is the game always in the joropo with the dancers, you know, and also with the instruments trying to play between them. Okay, un pajarillo, lo que quieras. Okay, this is the horse. Thank you. Okay, wow. I'm no maraca players, but I try just to explain, because there's many maracas players that very virtuosic in Venezuela and in Colombia. So in the contest, they are competed, and they made many ¿cómo se dicen eso? Rhythms and also just patterns. So in the maracas. So for her, it's a couple of minutes. For me, it's just 1 minute. Instantly, immediately. Okay. This is the gaban. The minor. This is the characteristic of this scale. The name is harmonic minor scale, that probably he comes also from the Arabic scale. So he sounds like that. Remember that I told you that also the joropo, the roots comes from Andalusia. So Spain, at the south of the Spain, was for many years for the people, for the flamenco roots, and also it's influencing the llanera music. Okay. You change to D major, I'm going to play the rest. Te invito a que te hagas aquí adelante. Sí. Sí. Okay. Meanwhile, Claire is going to change to another, the last one song. We're going to play it on making a demonstration of the three styles of the joropo. The main one is going to be the pasaje. We are going to play the first one is the well-known pasaje from the Simón Díaz, and the guy that is leader of the tonadas style. And he wrote a song that he says about that the never is old to find the love. So the name is it compared with the horse, that the horse find his John. ¿Cómo se dice yegua?
I don't know you.
Yegua is like the female horse. I don't know. So he wrote this well-known. The name is Caballo Viejo. This is old horse. So he has a nice lyrics. But right now I'm going to try the first in the instrumental, the Caballo Viejo. The second one is a Creole pasaje. The name is Brisas de Achaguas. Achaguas is on a river in a small town in Venezuela. And the third one is going to be the golpe. It's not exactly a golpe. It's like on a joropo, freestyle joropo. The name is Quita Pesares. And the last one is going to be the golpe, the king of golpes. The name is Pajarillo. So these are going to be the four small ones pieces in this potpourri of joropos. Dígamelo. Yeah. No, primero con este para yo no. ¿Sí? Thank you. Thank you. Well, she's back. Okay, so you haven't seen the joropo reading the most fastest is for the dancers, and you have many techniques that use, especially in this type of joropo, the golpe. The last one in the pajarillo, and also they try to imitate what I'm trying to slap the strings. The dancers also they try to imitate these rhythms. Well, finally, you want to present it, the last song? Yep. Alma Llanera.
Yeah, Alma Llanera. Yeah, you probably.
Okay. So the Alma Llanera is the joropo that is considered in Venezuela like the national anthem. So in Venezuela, Alma Llanera is from the composer Pedro Elias Gutierrez, and it's also when the Venezuelans they heard this and the musicians play this song means that the party is over. For Venezuela. So basically, thank you for the Western Illinois Museum. Thanks to Sue. Thanks for the for you to come in tonight. I'm going to open the answer and question. I'm going to play the last song and then open the question.
And thanks to the Illinois Arts Council too, who funded learning with him. Yeah.
Ay, te qué res. Correcto, sí. Okay, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. José Luis Posada, 4. Claire, Apel, and Daniel Rojas. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. And
I know we're going over time, so if people want to ask questions at the reception maybe, or what do you think? I don't want to keep people too long. Thank you so much for coming, and she has some refreshments, so feel free to come up to us and ask questions if you feel. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah?
una foto.
Thank you. Yeah.
Una picture.
Sure.
¿Quién no la toma? Su.
I
Una
could,
foto.
picture?